Hey guys, this video is for our 2nd through 4th grade team. This is actually going to be for the first Sunday in March, but because of our snow day in February, we pushed back our February curriculum and we are finishing up February week 4 this week. So all month long in February, we learned about service, lending a hand to help someone else. And this very last week, our Bible story is called Secret Service, and it's about giving in secret from Matthew 6:1-4. And our bottom line is, serve others without looking for applause. And one of there you go. There's your applause from her. And the basic truth that this goes along with, like we talked about at our insurance meetings, was I should treat others the way I want to be treated. So our memory verse for this month is, anyone who wants to be first must be the very last. They must be the servant of everyone. And you'll give all of your kids one of these cards this week to take home. What they're going to do is color in one letter of the word service each time they say their memory verse, and then they can bring this back for a donut in the cafe. And soon it will be they can bring it back for tickets at the store when the store opens. Also, make sure every kid in your group gets one of these car ride conversations. This is to give to their parents so that when they're driving home from church, their parents can look this over to see what they learned about this week. So jumping into our leader guide, we'd love to see you down in the garage door room at 8:20 and 10:20. We can do birthday shout outs, and we have some announcements there, and we also just get together and pray and celebrate with each other. It's really been a great time, so I would love for you to make it down there if you can at 8:20 and 10:20. Then at 8:30 and 10:30, make sure that you are to your rooms just to make sure you got everything ready to go. And kids will start to roll in at 8:40 and 10:40. When they start to come in, just have them sit in your circle. And as they join your group, ask them if anyone has ever given them a high five or a round of applause for something. Maybe like a concert or a game or good grades, just anything that kids might come up with as an example. And then you're going to tell them to put their arms out like they are asking why, and to lay their hands flat out, so kind of putting their hands out to the side, and tell them to put their right hand under the person's hand that's to the right of them and their left hand on top of the person's hand that's to the left of them. So if you've ever done like where they slap the person's hand that's next to them, it kind of goes around in a circle, that's what they're doing. And you're just going to explain that you'll begin by taking your left hand and clapping the person's hand who's sitting next to you, and then you'll go around the circle. And the fun part is you'll yell high five at any time and explain that the goal is to not have your hand clapped on the high five. So they want to go around the circle as quick as possible. Are you making a mess over here, crazy? Of course you are. All right, so that's just your little pre-service thing, just kind of talking about getting their minds going about getting a round of applause. So then when service starts at 9 and 11, you're going to do a telephone tongue twister game. And you're going to, go over there. Yep, there you go. Play with the outlet. There's covers. There's covers on. I'm not a terrible mom. Okay.
That's why your hair is sticking up.
Yeah, that's why your hair sticks up. So you're going to have kids sit in a circle, and you're going to whisper a tongue twister to the first person, and then they're just going to play telephone with it. And so it should be fun to see what they come up with at the end. So here's all the tongue twisters for that game. Then to close down that activity, you're just going to say, so, wow, some of those tongue twisters got really messed up, and you are all making me laugh by the answers of those. So has anyone ever told a secret with your friends or had to try to whisper something from across the room? It can get confusing in real life, too. Well, today in large group, we're going to hear about something good that we can do in secret and why it's better that we keep it that way. So you'll head across the hall to large group. Just like always, make sure that you're sitting with your group and helping them to worship and engage in the story. When you get back to your rooms for small group time, your review activity is going to be called Service with a Smile. So each kid will get a little packet. There's 5 pages. You'll see down at the bottom that it says like page 1 of 5, 2 of 5, 3 of 5. And what this is kids are going to fold them together and make a book. And then you'll have a stapler on your cart to come around and staple their book together. And then they can decorate their book. They can color them in, and they can pick out which things they're going to do this week. So you've got do the dishes, take out the trash, make everyone's bed in the morning, collect canned goods, let someone get in front of them at line, sit with someone who looks lonely, let their siblings watch whatever they want on TV, ask the teacher if they can help, ask their parents if they can make cookies, dust the house. So they're just going to make a little book of service. And you'll close that down by saying, so guys, I love the way you're all designing your service with the smile books. And now you guys are going to have a bunch of great ideas of how you could serve others without getting applause all week long. And out of those ideas, which one do you guys think you're most excited for? And go around your small group circle, have them answer. And then just say, so guys, it's going to be more awesome if you can accomplish those things in secret and no one even knows that you're doing it. So sometimes we do things like pick up our room or clean and we look for applause. So just do those things in a secret way, like you're sneaking around. And remember, we want to serve others without looking for applause. So then for your memory verse activity, what you're going to need are these little pages that are last place ribbons, and you'll give one of those to each kid. And you're going to review this month's verse together while you're sitting in a circle, and then you'll put the ribbons in the middle of the circle and explain that they're going to play duck, duck, goose, but the person who is it must say the part of the memory verse while they're circling the group and ducking. So they'll go around and tap heads and say, anyone who wants to be first must be, as they're going around. And before it can say goose, they must get the memory verse right. And if they miss a word or don't remember, then they get to go grab a ribbon and sit in the middle. And just explain that anytime somebody is caught, then they have to go sit in the middle and they get a ribbon too. So just play until all your kids have had a turn to be it. And at the end, just make sure that all kids get a ribbon and you can let them color their ribbons in. And you'll just close down by saying, so guys, I can tell that you've been practicing those memory verses at home, and kind of encourage them. Hey, next month you're going to start earning tickets for knowing your memory verse, so it's going to be really exciting. You guys did an awesome job knowing the words, but these last place ribbons might seem kind of silly. We don't have to race to be in last place, but these can be good reminders that life isn't about winning or being the most important. Our verse tells us that putting others before ourselves and serving is what's greatest. So this week, let's remember to serve others without looking for applause and be reminded of the amazing example that Jesus has set. So then you've got some optional small group discussion questions. What's an example of someone doing something just to get a pat on the back? What's an example of someone doing something and not getting attention for it? Why do you think we enjoy getting applause? And why is receiving that a bad? Is it bad to do something just to get applause? And what are some fun ways that we could serve others without them ever knowing it? Then you'll just close down in prayer. Ask kids to think about how a high five from a favorite coach or applause from their parent makes them feel. And then maybe ask some kids to share. And then you'll just close down in prayer. And as adults come, make sure that their kids show them their service books and kind of say, hey, this week we talked about serving others without looking for applause. That's it. Hopefully we don't have a snow day this Sunday, and we will see you all this weekend. Thank you guys so much for coming to our meetings on Sunday and Monday night. It was super necessary to get that done, so thank you all for doing that. Thank you guys for just being the most amazing volunteers and leaders for our 2nd through 4th graders, and we'll see you guys on Sunday.